Hi everyone, welcome to Heart Center Tarot. As always, I will be your guide for this portion of the journey, and as always, my name still hasn't changed. It's Marina. So, welcome. If you are returning, I'm glad to have you here. And if you're seeing me for the first time, I hope that you will find some benefit here, and I hope that something will resonate with you. So, I've had a few things on my mind the last few days. I've kind of been mulling it over, deciding what to do with it. So I thought, all right, well, I'll get on here and maybe pull some cards, see what the universe has to say about what it is that I've been thinking of. And what I've been thinking of is that Oleg Deripaska, whatever that. How much did the FBI find in his properties? And how many little nuggets of information are they going to be able to share with the law enforcement agencies? What kind of information is going to come out about whose pockets he's been lining and who has been lining their pockets with his money so that they've basically been bought. I also want to take a look at DeSantis, and of course he has recently named the new Surgeon General, who still needs to be approved, but anyway, Dr. Joseph Ladapo? Anyway. You know, when you start off reading a name and you just automatically shake your head, you know that's not good. I also want to take a look very quickly at Sharon, who has said that he has tested positive for COVID, so I want to see how he's doing. And I heard an interesting comment, and I really kind of want to delve into it a little bit. And this came from a Republican, of course, a diehard Trump supporter. And basically, and I want to make sure I get this right, okay. So his name is Josh Mandel, and he's from Ohio, and he was the treasurer of Ohio a few years back. He was number 48. And anyway, he's trying to run for Senate. This is his third go round to see if he can get in. And he said, pay attention, there could be questions later. There's no such thing as separation of church and state. We should be instilling faith in our classroom, in the workplace, and everywhere in society. Josh Mandel. Now, I will admit I am up here in Canada, so maybe it's totally entirely possible that my knowledge of U.S. and what happens there, you know, may not be the sharpest. But didn't you kind of come over to America because you wanted to be able to separate church and state? You know, I'm just asking. Just need to know. So yeah, I want to take a look at him and a few other things. And yeah, he's very much against refugees, and he you know, compared refugees to alligators, and not a very nice person. Yet oddly enough, he is the grandson of refugees who, yeah, they were granted their status, and they were aided by resettlement plans and groups, couple in particular. Yeah. There's nothing worse than an ex anything, right? Like, no one is going to be more against smoking than an ex-smoker. No one is more vocal about, I don't know, not eating junk food than someone who's just stopped eating junk food, whatever. So, so Josh, it was okay for his parents, or his grandparents, sorry, to come to the U.S. under refugee status from Europe and to take advantage of the programs that were offered. And it was okay for his grandparents. It's not okay for yours. Yeah, no. You can't do that because, well, he's an American. Kind of new American, really. Has the ink dried on his citizenship? Anyway, so we'll take a look at that, and we'll see what else the universe might want to mention. So yes, I have a new background over the last couple videos. Thought I'd change things up a little bit. We are getting into the fall. It is getting a little cooler. We even had excuse me, the S word up here. Yeah, we have had a little bit of that SNOW. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. So let me take a look at the Return of Spirit Oracle cards and see what messages maybe that the universe has for us to sort of concentrate on, think about over the next few days. And I'm gonna get the hiccups. Oh my word. Okay, let's see. Did that maybe get rid of it? I hope so. Okay. What do you have for us, Spirit? We have immunity. We have fearless. And we have faith. Okay. As soon as I saw the fearless card come out, the first thing that popped into my head is the universe kind of looking down and saying, I grant you immunity, and I want you to be fearless, and I want you to have faith as you're dealing with some of these people who are neither fearless nor faithful nor anything else. But okay, let's get a little serious. So, immunity, it's sort of protection, right? Immunity can be a good thing, and it can be maybe a not so good thing as well. You can get immunity from, let's say, a disease, right? Where you build up an immunity to a disease. You can also become immune to, let's say, people suffering. So immunity can kind of cut both ways. And fearless is almost, that almost reminds me like a headdress or a crown of sorts. Like, stand up tall. You don't need to fear the future. You don't need to fear what's coming. It's okay to be a little apprehensive if you don't know what's coming or what's happening, but you don't need to fear it. Well, it could be a very good thing. It could be something that you're going to enjoy. And yeah, fear is false evidence appearing real. So, you know, if you live in fear, the universe will always conspire to prove you right, and it will send fearful situations your way. So be a little fearless. Be willing to take a little risk, right? So don't be immune to some of the urgings and a little bit of the nudging that the universe is giving you. And faith. You know, really and truly, we do a lot of things by faith. We really do. You don't stop and think about it, but it's there, right? When you go to sleep at night, you have faith, unspoken faith, if you want, that you will wake up in the morning. When the alarm goes off in the morning, you have faith that there will be hot water for a bath or shower. You get in your vehicle and you have faith that you're going to be safe on the road. Those are all little things that, yeah, we absolutely do by faith. We don't think about it. And if we did think about it, you know, you kind of start to wonder, like, wow, we do a lot of things on faith. Well, if you can imagine all those things that you do subconsciously, even without thinking, that are based on faith, why could you not have faith in a better future, in a better world, in more abundance, in more joy, fulfillment? Absolutely. Absolutely. So, don't be immune to the little nudges that the universe gives you, because it wants you to be fearless, and it wants you to live in faith. Because Spirit always has your back. Always. It will never, ever send you into a situation where, one, it doesn't know the outcome, and two, isn't for your highest good. That's all. That's it. Sometimes it really is that simple. Okay. So, before I pull some cards, very quickly, I wanted to do the little prayer. Feel free to join in if you'd like. Feel free to pay attention, to resonate. And if this isn't something that you're into, that's just fine too. You can kind of hum a little tune for the next minute or so. All right. I call on my guides, ancestors, angels, and ascended masters to protect me as I receive and deliver these messages from Universal Spirit. May this reading and the messages provided be guided by and delivered with love, clarity, and truth. Reveal to me what should be known now, and keep from me what should remain secret. Guide me to always manifest the highest possible good for myself, my spiritual family, and humanity at large. Amen. All righty. Let's go. Oh, and I am going to do some readings with my cards. Apparently, they're resonating with people. So, I couldn't be happier. So the first thing that I want to look at is, and for that, I'm going to do the Art Nouveau Tarot and Oleg Deripaska, or Deripaska. I think that the FBI raided his home in, I think he has one in New York and one in DC, and anyway, they were both raided. And whether or not it's true, but I heard that Kellyanne Conway lives right next door to him. Imagine that. What are the chances? So, what I'd like to know is what they took out of his house, the records. Are they going to be able to identify the people who he is sort of in bed with when it comes to the dark money? Is Oleg going to be a good source of information for the FBI and the DOJ and everybody else? Alrighty, let's go. Three of Swords. Four of Wands. Two of Wands. Knight of Pentacles. And the Moon. Oh me, oh me, oh my. And what's at the base of the deck? Yeah, it's the Eight of Cups. Yeah, there we go. All right. So, what does this tell me? Oh, it tells me that what the feds and the FBI and everybody else, what they were able to collect from his house is wealth of information that's going to cause a lot of people a lot of heartache. And I'm sure that there are a lot of people right now who are making overseas calls to wherever Oleg is right now, and entertainment purposes only, of course, trying to determine what it was that was maybe left at his house. So here we are. We've got, you know, this, I can see this two ways. I can see this as, you know what, it's a celebration. The Democrats are celebrating all the information that they are getting, and that they're going to be able to start using that against the people who organized the insurrection and who have been involved in things that they shouldn't be involved in. I can also read this as this is Trump's little base in Mar-a-Lago. And it's, maybe that's where the trail will lead. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, so here we've got the Two of Wands. That's kind of, you know, you're planning, you're, you know, putting things out there, seeing what can happen. You're talking to people about deals, and so, yeah, I imagine there's a lot of people who are planning right now and who are trying to figure out what they're going to do next, and, you know, where they might have to look to kind of put a good bit of distance between the information that's going to come out and what they did. And it's about the Benjamins, boys and girls. It really is. This guy doesn't move very fast, right? He's kind of, he doesn't have to rush, really. He doesn't. He knows where his money's coming from. He knows where his money is. So he doesn't really have to to do that. You know, move that fast. He looks a little annoyed. That horse in particular there looks like he's a little perturbed, you know, like I just decide what you're gonna do. Let's do it, right? And howling at the moon. Here we go, howling at the moon. Everybody's going to come up with their own, you know, that wasn't me, and you know, I don't know where that information came from, and blah 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 blah, and this is, you know, it's a witch hunt, it's this, it's that. I think Oleg had a lot of information that he probably should have gotten rid of. And intuitively, I'm thinking that he was probably told to get rid of it. But he just couldn't resist that, you know, that CMA, right? Cover my, yeah. And I think it's come back to bite him. Alrighty. Well, so that's that. Let me take a look very quickly what is going to happen to Oleg, and I'm going to use my cards for that. What is going to happen to Oleg? Oh, itchy nose. Yeah, he's okay. So accept the truth. Child. Communication. Love is near. Patience. Well, so Oleg has to, yes, accept the truth that what he did was a very foolish, childish thing. Hanging on to information that he was told that he needed to get rid of and he needed to destroy is now going to come back. And it's going to come back by way of all the communications. Because this man didn't just keep records on who he dealt with and what. He's got detailed records. He's got detailed records. Because he just thought that this way it was going to make him, it was going to give him a little more insurance. This is something that he could use to, you know, to further what he wanted. And yeah, love is near. Oh yeah, a lot of people are going to want to get close and give him a little love. So I would take that with a very big grain of salt. And patience. Patience. Patience is going to be required while the feds go through the paperwork and put everything together. But I think it's all there. I think really it's all there. You know? And when I look at this love is near, I'm focusing on the hearts. And it's like everybody's heartbeats are beating a little faster. What they find. Am I mentioned? Do they know about this? Do they know about that? Yeah, kind of, sort of. Okay. Very, very good. All right. Now, dear old Ed Sheeran, who tested positive for COVID. I think he's more concerned about the effect that this has on his wife and his baby. I don't get a sense that it's very serious. I think he tested positive, and he might have some of the mild symptoms, but I don't think that he's got anything, you know, quite serious. And I do believe do believe he's vaccinated, but I'm not sure. I'm just assuming he is. Okay, so let's ask the tarot cards. Is he going to be okay? Is Ed Sheeran going to be okay? And more importantly, is his wife and child going to be okay? What wants the these want to come out and fly? Okay, yeah, Two of Swords. Yeah, so he's, yeah, I think he made the decision that he was going to be vaccinated, and it's hard for him, right? He's worried about the two people who had been perhaps exposed, right? So, alrighty. Is Ed Sheeran gonna be okay? Star. Yeah, he's gonna be just fine. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the World. We have the Eight of Swords. And we have the Ten of Swords. I think what this tells me is that he is going to be okay. What's at the bottom of the deck? Okay, we've got the Five of Pentacles. I think he is going to be okay. I think that his symptoms might be mild. And he will be able to deal with it. What does concern me here in the cards is, I'm sorry, the 8 and the 10 of Swords. I think if it does come down and it does affect his wife, and if there are any ill effects on his baby, he is blaming himself for having brought it in. You know, he feels like he had a choice, and that maybe he just let them down, and yeah, this would be awful if anything happened. My sense is it's not, so whatever, that's sort of my sense. And yeah, I think he's going to be fine. The world is looking after him, and the Star, that's a yes, yes, yes. So, all right. So we will leave that there. And let us move on to, the Surgeon General in Florida, Dr. Joseph Ladapo. Entertainment purposes only, but what little I was able to read, this guy has never managed anything, really, in his career. He's never been supervisor of a department or whatnot. At best, he was an associate professor at one of the universities. And what was that? Hold on, let me read my notes. He was associate professor of health policy resources. So that qualifies you for being the Surgeon General and for telling people that you don't need to be vaccinated. It's just, you don't need it. Don't. I swear the Republicans they are literally killing their voters. Literally. So when you consider Florida's killing them, Texas doesn't want them to be able to vote, and Donald Trump is out there saying, well, we're not going to vote in 2022 and 2024. I don't know. I'm thinking as a Democrat, yeah, okay. You do that. You learn me. So, how is this guy going to do? What is this guy going to do? He's clearly going to be doing DeSantis, the Satan's bidding. So, alrighty. Let's take a look. We've got the Nine of Swords. Yes. Yeah, we've got the Five of Wands. We've got the Seven of Wands. Oh, I'm in love with this guy already. Queen of Swords. The Hierophant. Okay. Well, bottom of the deck, Queen of Pentacles. Okay. What this tells me is he has been named. He still sort of has to go through a bit of a vetting process and whatnot. And a lot of people are very worried because, yes, they know how unqualified he is for that position. Okay. We've got strife and fighting, defending, and it's not going to be an easy sale. It really isn't going to be an easy thing for him to, to sort of slip into the job and whatnot. There is going to be opposition, and it's going to be fairly vocal opposition, and it's going to come down to a good deal of truth. I think people have had enough. I think that the people of Florida are going to start to stand up, particularly the women of Florida and the mothers of Florida, and enough. They're putting their foot down. Okay? They're using that sword to draw the line in the sand. And enough is enough, because up until now, what has DeSantis been doing? And the guy that he has now appointed, the Hierophant. Nobody knows as much as he does, right? He is the end-all, be-all authority on anything and everything, and no one knows more about health and welfare and whatever than he does. That's not the kind of mindset that is going to go. It's not going to get them anywhere. It really isn't. They're pushing and pushing and pushing, and I think the mothers are getting to the point where they're going to come up, and it's like, oh, I don't think so. I don't know who you think you are, mister, but I'm about to school you. Yeah, I don't think that he's going to have an easy go, and I'm not even sure that he's going to be able to get in. I think there's just too much worry about him. So I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say, he may have been appointed, but I don't know that he's actually going to be able to really serve in that position. Then again, what do I know? I read the tarot. That's what I does. So, all right. And let me very quickly also double check on the good doctor with my own cards. And let's just see if maybe they give a little more insight into what could be happening to him. is he actually going to serve as Surgeon General? New career. Not your issue. I think maybe that could be for me. Justice, legal matters? I don't know. Child again? Time for change. Yeah, I don't think that he's going to be serving there. I think, yes, he's looking at this as a new career, a new endeavor to get into. Oh my gosh, you know, you go from kind of, you know, associate professor to Surgeon General, and you know, all you have to do is what the guy tells you to do. You don't have to do any thinking for yourself. So, no, I think that the things that are happening in Florida are outside of his capabilities. So that's not his issue. He's not qualified to do that. And again, we've got child, youthful energy, you know, someone young, someone foolish, just challenging. And with justice and time for change, yeah, I think that there might be some court challenges that are going to come in. And I don't think that he is going to be serving. We'll see. We'll find out and we'll see. Okay, very, very quickly before I let you go, because, oh my gosh, 37 minutes. I want to take a look very quickly at this Josh Mandel. And there is no such thing as separation of church and state. Oh my goodness gracious, I would have a lot of questions for him. So, you know, primarily, which would be, well, if there's no separation of church and state, I imagine that churches then are going to start paying their fair share of taxes. They are no longer exempt. If there is no distinction between them, you can't say, well, we're exempt from paying taxes because we're a church. No, you're not. You're just another arm of the state. That could be a very good thing. It's about time that, you know, if churches want to be involved in the decisions of a nation, if they want to encourage their parishioners to actively participate and all that, time to pay the piper, you know? That's what it is. Okay, so this is his third attempt at the Senate, and I'd like to know how successful he's going to be. He is apparently, yeah, he is running for Rod Portman's, is it Portman? I think it's Portman, seat. Ron has said he's not going to run in 2022. So, yeah, Jar said, oh, pick me, I'll do it. So, all right, what's going to happen to him? Okay, so we've got the 8 of Pentacles. We've got the 5 of Wands, 6 of Wands, 6 of Wands. Probably see better if I put the glasses on. Okay, we've got King of Cups. We've got the 9 of Cups. Oh, and we've got the Lovers. Okay, so what do I see here? I see that he's going to be putting in an awful lot of work, and yes, he's going to try to get his message across. I really don't think that Ohio is going to be listening to him. He's a diehard Donald Trump loyalist, and that is going to work against him. That is absolutely going to work against him. You know, people aren't willing to forget what Trump has done. And Josh is just going to be another one of the people who is spewing what Trump has said. I think that there is a much better chance of his Democratic opponent, whoever that is, might have a very good opportunity. So I don't see it, Josh. Sorry. You know, come back and see me in a week or two or a month or two and we can revisit. But for now, I don't think you're in. Anyway. I will bid you a good night. I will thank you for being here. If you liked the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe. It really does help in getting the channel up there, getting me in front of more people. And it always gets me that one step closer to being able to do live shows where I'm actually interacting with some of you on the other side of the camera, where we can have a quote-unquote conversation. And then, you know, that's a lot better than me talking to myself and just imagining that you're out there and of course you're agreeing with everything I say, right? Right? Yeah. Anyway, I'm so glad you were here, and I'm so glad that I know that you're out there. So, sending you lots of light, lots of love, and be good, take care, and until we play again, just know that I'm thinking about you and I love you. Bye.